Hi, hello everyone. It'll be a very long day, a couple of tired faces. I'll try to keep this quick, and thank you Bloconomic for inviting us to come to Kuala Lumpur. We are a startup blockchain company. We're based in Hong Kong. We're building a new type of blockchain that addresses a number of problems currently existing in a lot of the blockchains in the market right now. In the next couple of minutes, we'll walk you through some of the problems we're identifying, some of the sectors we are focusing our support on to try to build some real-life business applications, not just another blockchain. A little bit about myself. My name is Darren. I'm one of the co-founders of Aenco. My background has always been in investment banking. I spent over 12 years at Barclays Capital, pretty much around the world. And for the last number of years, we have a regulated asset management business in Hong Kong where we do a lot of venture capital investments, especially in the healthcare technology space. What we are. In the last couple of years, we see a lot of healthcare, fintech projects coming through Hong Kong, coming to people like us to raise capital. A lot of people come up with very interesting questions. And it is the basis of these questions that we got into developing blockchain. People have come to us asking about how do I facilitate research and business activities, how to grow ecosystem around it, how to digitize financial solutions under a blockchain platform, how do we even use blockchain to share research? Extremely interesting questions. One of our visions is really to help develop a blockchain that is purpose-specific, that really solve real-life business applications. We included a short summary table on the right-hand side, targeting on specific sector transactions that our blockchain is built for. Things like financial transactions, tokenized funds. Everyone's in the asset management space is talking about how to tokenize their fund. We also work with a number of research groups around exchanging research, which we can talk a little bit about. Medical service. In Hong Kong, as part of what we call the new Greater Bay Area, there's a big health initiatives going on, rolled out from China down south, focusing in healthcare development and medical service. It's an area we are also very active on. Pharmaceutical drug development, never done before, never heard of. We're working on a specific project right now with a pharmaceutical company on drug development through the blockchain. Very exciting stuff. Real estate, being Asians, we're all into real estate. It's an area of focus right now. It creates huge ecosystems. One of our specific projects that we are announcing later this year is also real estate related. And lastly, OTC products. So for those with a banking background will understand that actually in the financial world, a lot of financial instruments is created what they call OTC basis, over the counter. Things like options, forwards, futures. At the moment, blockchain support is still at a very fledgling stage of OTC products. It is also an area we're looking to support under our blockchain as well. Very quickly, just to target some of the common problems in the healthcare space right now. In the last 12 months, we've seen no less than 100 projects coming through Asia, particularly Hong Kong, all have a common issue: financing. They are all running short of capital. Healthcare companies, much like any other business, is extremely capital intensive. Some of these projects have got great ideas, great future, producing very impactful drugs. They just never make it to the market. One of the reasons, lack of finance. Many other research groups, what they are lacking is collaborative research. They don't have an ecosystem that supports them in a multidimensional way. And most of the blockchain and the ecosystem we're building around it can help solve some of these issues. Constant pressing need for medical advancement. In the last decade or so, there's been massive amount of growth in the healthcare industry area. Constantly, there's a big race towards developing the next biomedical drug that really changes our lives. China is pouring huge amount of money in it. You can see from the Great Health Initiative. US right now has been booming in terms of healthcare technology. Last 12 months, you've seen the most number of healthcare, medical, and pharmaceutical companies going IPO in the last 12 months. So there's a race towards the finish, especially in the area, for example, of Alzheimer's disease. So for some of those who can't see the small print, the graph on the right-hand side is actually related to Alzheimer's disease. The big orange line is the number of people in America that has Alzheimer's disease predicted to go multiple times by 2050. What you don't see is the little red line that's actually right at the bottom of the blue graph. The red line is the amount of research funding going into Alzheimer's disease. It's nowhere near the cost of care required to address Alzheimer's disease alone in the US. So huge unmet capital needs in the healthcare industry and a massive business as well. So what we are Aenco. Our development base is based in Hong Kong. We work with a number of institutions in Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan, United Kingdom, and the United States. We are a blockchain. We are a startup blockchain. We're developing our own blockchain platform to support what we call multi-business customizable blockchain applications. We wanted to have real business use of our blockchain. It's not just a blockchain for mining. We wanted to demonstrate real live business applications. One of the key foundations of a lot of these ICOs is what we call a end-to-end financial solutions platform. So we are also using our own blockchain. So we're developing it. We're also using it. We're developing our own financial solutions umbrella to take companies from the development stage to ICO, to listing, to post-listing maintenance. That's why we call it end-to-end financial solutions platform. And we'll talk a little bit more about how we go about doing that. Part of our group is regulated as well. With ICO support these days, as you can see from the US, from a lot of countries, they're rolling out regulations that are heavily regulating ICOs. In the US, if you do an ICO, pretty much any token is considered a security token. So within our wider group, we have a regulated presence in Hong Kong. We're setting up a regulated broker security business in the US, based out in New Jersey. We're also setting up a regulated presence over in the European Union. So that will allow us to target the three major continents, Asia, US, and the European Union. For some of these blockchain enthusiasts or blockchain starters, there's actually a lot of blockchains out there have got many fundamental technical issues. We highlight some of these. This is not an exhaustive list of issues, but just to give you some example, scalability. So a lot of these blockchains are just too heavy right now to grow. They're not scaling. Ethereum, for example, is stuck where they are. Obviously, some upgrades is going to come up, but at the moment, it's not very scalable. What we call limited user participation, people just find it very hard to access a blockchain. Not many people know how to code applications using blockchain as well. Single controlled entry point. Many people complain about losing their tokens because the only way they can access their wallet is through private keys. And once you lose your private keys, your tokens are lost. So that's what we call a single control entry point. Isolated smart contract execution. For those coders out there, you realize a lot of these blockchains, you can only produce applications based on very restricted smart contract criteria and parameters. Immutable forever. So if you download, for example, Ethereum right now, if you haven't already downloaded, it takes about a week to download. That's how much data. I was told there's about more than 1 TB of data currently stuck on Ethereum. Most of this data is completely redundant. You never use it. And these blockchains are just stuck with this data that you don't really need. And then a lot of these other issues around data sharing, data security, and also public mining on the blockchain as well also raises data security issues that needs to be addressed. We are building our own blockchain to address most of these problems. So what we are, The Aenco blockchain is built on what we call the SHA-3 hash function. We're looking at the moment, we're not the fastest blockchain in the world. That's not our aim. We're not here to build the next 200,000 transactions per second. We are actually fairly industry competitive. On our internal testing, we can handle 4,000 transactions per second right now. But most importantly, it's our mining model. So we are supporting what we call multi-sharding, multi-mining model. So business can come and create their own tokens on our exchange and create their own mining model driven by our blockchain. So not many blockchains out there can support that. It allows a wide variety of business who wants to launch their own ICO to create things that are more efficient and more interesting, and not just a token company. They can actually create their own mineable token based on their own parameters. We are building an API gateway, so a lot of business come to us through this API gateway can now customize their own business applications supported by our blockchain. We're introducing a new consensus algorithm. We call it proof of the 3 I's. BIS stands for integrity, innovative, and impact. So it's a score-based system to reward our miners to basically input data that is actually meaningful, that has real substance to it, and the higher the score, the more successful your token mining probabilities are. And decay principle, a completely new feature. It allows data to be moved away from the blockchain. So it addresses some of this data clogging issue. It actually moves the data to an archive node that if you want to revive the data with more tokens, if you spend a bit more token, you can actually bring that data back from the archives on chain. So it allows us to remove redundant data over time so that we don't cause data clogging issues on our main blockchain. Some of the projects here we are working on right now, we're building our own ICO launch platform through our smart wallet. Inside the wallet, it comes with what we call a crypto exchange as well, because as part of our end-to-end financial solutions, having your own crypto exchange these days is absolutely essential to support our sponsored token projects. We're building what we call a prime brokerage system inside our smart wallet, allows you to generate liquidity post-listing as a collateralized lending module for some of the tokens that you've been ICO'd. Smart Capital is an alternative investment platform, again, accessed via our smart wallet. It allows us to promote and educate our community on some of these newer investment structures, such as OTC products over tokens. It's a fast growth area. Some of the other projects we're working on right now, we're working on what we call a Project Life in Hong Kong in partnership with Chinese University of Hong Kong, University of Hong Kong, and Oxford University right now. We will make further announcements later this year. It's actually a project using our blockchain to facilitate the exchange of medical data, of medical research data. So we have researchers coming up to us wanted to be able to share and utilize our blockchain to support their token. Just to summarize how it works. So we as our financial solutions platform, we stand right in the middle, bridging between what we call HealthTech partners. So these are HealthTech companies, financial companies who are looking to launch their blockchain story. They're looking to launch their ICOs. We facilitate them by building the bridge through our blockchain, through our financial solutions platform with our global community. At the moment, with on our Telegram group, Twitter group, we have at the moment, over 10,000 people in our chat group right now, all active participants. Our Chinese chat group are close to 30,000 people right now, and we're constantly looking to grow this community through all the ICO projects that we are sponsoring. Just a very quick summary, I've already mentioned. So through our smart wallet, we call it AEN Connect. On the financial solutions side, we'll be building our own crypto exchange called AENX. We also have an ICO launch platform to support all the ICO projects that we are sponsoring. We also will be launching what we call our Prime brokerage solutions. It's called Prime under our smart wallet platform to drive that. So very quickly, my co-founder Ian, who's also works on a trustee board of the Dr. Stanley Ho Medical Foundation Trust, has been the main support of our business. Extremely well connected in the Hong Kong medical group. So please come and talk to us at any time. If you're in the medical space or financial space, or even in none of these spaces, please come and talk to us as well. So, and yeah, you can, all the information is on our website, so thank you very much for your time. Feel free to come and talk to us. We have a booth just next door, so thank you.